Welcome to this video on the knowledge operating system. Our focus is on moving from a passive consumer of information to an active master of knowledge. We often face the illusion of competence, where we overestimate our knowledge. This is part of the Dunning-Kruger effect. The trap is mistaking the ease of consuming information for actual knowledge acquisition and long-term retention. Understanding the 4 stages of competence is crucial. We move from unconscious incompetence, where we don't know our limitations, to conscious incompetence, realizing the need for a system. Then, to conscious competence, and finally to unconscious competence, where skills become second nature. Let's look at the intake: passive versus active reading. Passive readers forget immediately and gain no compounding advantage. Active readers develop mental models and differentiate arguments, making them faster readers over time. Adler's 4 levels of reading provide a framework for active learning. Start with elementary, basic comprehension, move to inspectional, skimming for structure, then analytical, understanding and defining problems, and finally syntopical, reading multiple books to master a subject. Here are some rules for the demanding reader. Stop when bored using the rule of 50. Use intelligent skimming to map the territory before diving deep. And finally, use marginalia to build a dialogue with the author in the white space. Next, we introduce Smart Notes, based on the Zettelkasten Method by Niklas Luhmann. The golden rule is 1 main idea per note, small enough to fit on a 4x6 index card, useful in isolation, yet linked to a broader system. The 3 types of notes are fleeting notes for quick, unorganized thoughts, which should be trashed within 2 days. Literature notes are selective, short notes on content you consume. Permanent notes are standalone ideas written in full sentences, connecting and building on existing knowledge. To build the web of knowledge, the secret to organization is keyword selection for retrieval, not storage. Ask the right question. In which context would I come across this note, and when and how will I use this idea? Retain knowledge by thinking. Dual process theory shows we learn through heuristic doing, type 1, and conscious reflection, type 2. A Harvard Business School study showed employees who reflected for 15 minutes performed 22.8% better. Stop trying to outwork a lack of reflection. The 5 pillars of retention include: recall what you learned, reflect on how it applies to your life, implement knowledge into action, share with others for feedback, and assess yourself frequently through quizzing. Apply mental models to information. Use confirmation bias to challenge if you're only seeing what you want to see. Apply the Pareto principle to find the core truth. Recognize survivorship bias and analyze incentives behind the narrative. To master concepts, use the Feynman Technique. First, choose a concept. Second, teach a toddler, removing all jargon. Third, identify gaps, returning to the source material. Fourth, review and simplify your explanation until it is frictionless. The personal knowledge base uses Smart Notes for bottom-up creativity. Instead of starting from a blank page, the output engine lets you look into your card box to assemble pre-written, well-understood arguments based on chains of thought that have naturally developed. The Active Learner's Manifesto is simple: read actively, note smartly, reflect daily, and teach simply. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "I cannot remember the books I have read. Even so, they have made me."